Why do adults have more problems learning a second language compared to the children? The hypothesis means the ability to acquire language biologically linked to age, that there is an ideal time window to acquire language at a native level of speaking. After someone passes the period from early childhood to adolescence, neuroplasticity loss increases. While they are still able to learn a second language, the amount of time and energy they expend is greater compared to children in this period.
So other problems that adults face when learning a second language is that they are in an environment where the opportunity to practice speaking with a native speaker is low. They also do not know whether the grammar, vocabulary, or contextual use of the words they are learning are right or wrong. Moreover, they do not have time for formal classes in the midst of work and other responsibilities in daily life. Other than that, studying in classes may be dull or uninteresting to them, and they will feel unmotivated to continue studying.
O menu menu. It sounds weird. It doesn't even sound like Japanese. How am I going to study this?
Hey,
Hi.
you look confused. What are you doing?
I'm learning Japanese language because I'm going to travel to Japanese to watch the cycles. So I want to try to learn some language so when I go there I'm able to understand what they're saying.
But why are you learning it by yourself? You could rather join a class.
It's too late because we have to go register it at January, am I right?
Yeah.
So, hey, what are you both discussing about?
She wants to learn Japanese in a short time. So yeah, she's confused.
Oh, I think it's so not good to learn just in the book. I think you should use an apps. The Microsoft app, which is really convenient for you to use, and you no need to go to classes and pay for the class or buy a book that will take a lot of time for you to learn.
I see. So Japanese is also in it.
Yes.
Wow. Do they provide any Japanese lesson in it?
Microsoft app is not a learning app, but you can record your voice into it.
The app that we are using is Microsoft Translator, and we can download the app from Google Play Store or Apple Store. I will show you how to use the app. Here there are 4 features. One where we can speak into the microphone and it will translate to the language that we choose. So I choose to translate Chinese to English. So I can set the language here. Then I will speak into the microphone.
How are you today?
The translation will appear on the screen and we can choose to say out the sentence. There are many languages that we can translate it to, and for example, we can translate it to Russian.
Как вы себя чувствуешь сегодня?
There is also a feature where we can speak into the phone, the application, and it will translate the words into other language.
Have you had enough?
And the person can talk back into the mic. There's also a feature where we can translate what we type into the language that we want. Like translating, do you have enough change? Then the translated words will appear on the screen and you can read out the translation.
你有足夠嘅散紙啦。
You can also change it to other language.
Достаточно ли у вас изменений?
We can also enlarge it. Then we can also pin it and we can refer it to it in an emergency and it is easier to access. This is where we can see where we pin the translation that we want. This feature we can use it when we encounter a text message in a different language. We can copy and paste the sentence and paste it.
Would you like some soup for dinner?
We can also take picture of things that we want to translate by positioning the text in the middle. after we capture the image, it will translate it. The words will appear on the screen, and this is the translation.
This feature is very handy because it is very fast and it can detect the language, so we do not have to identify what language it is. And after we capture, it will immediately translate into the language that we want.
We can also translate images that we took. There is also a phrase book that we can refer to. It is easy to access in times of emergency. We can set it to any translation that we want. It has many phrases that we can use when traveling or asking for direction or time and dates and numbers. In the setting, we can choose to slow down audio playback speed. We can also clear the translation history. We can download the language that we want so that we can use it offline. And that is how you can use Microsoft Translator. Thank you.
Letter at Japan. Wow, so beautiful. Where's the toilet? Excuse me. I don't think she understands English. Maybe I can use the Microsoft Translator app to talk to her.
Excuse me, do you know where's the toilet?
すみません。トイレはどこにあるのか。
ああ、トイレは右側です。
Oh, the toilet is on the right.
Thank you.
ありがとう。
ようこそ。
Welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
You're welcome.
I will explain about the advantages of Microsoft Translator. Microsoft Translator was available for offline modes. It was easy to use. It had 4 modes, that is, speech, image, text, and practice conversation with others. Speech, we can learn the pronunciation through the audio. It also will show the translation into the words. It also access the story, so you don't have to translate it again. We can refer back the story. It's also customizable setup. It will show down audio playback speeds, so we can hear more clearly. It also can detect spoken language. It can create our own phrase book. Instantly translate any phrase into any language. And the important one is free and completely free. So, as you can see that this app helps the user to get the quick translation whenever they need it, either through translation of the speech, text, image, or any kind of situation. In conclusion, these apps, which known as Microsoft Translator, help solve the problems of language barriers in communications where the users does not even require the basic of the language. Thank you.